Hello, my name is Scott for SB Gaming. We are here in City Skylines in the city of Charleston. And what is going to be next? What is going to be next, you ask? Well, we finally got that connected, and we already had that connected from before the previous episode. So it wasn't a total loss, although actually it's looking like the traffic, the big influx of traffic, which always happens after one of these developments. And this is why you never build an entire section at one time and just mass zone it. What ends up happening naturally is that you have all these people coming in here to go to the jobs, go to the residential, move in, all that stuff, and you get this traffic that backs up for miles and miles and miles. What that means is that your city clogs down and services can't get to where they need to go until things clear themselves out. Fortunately, since we only had this little bit of residential and commercial and office space, we did not actually have much of a traffic backup. It's mostly cleaning itself out. There is a few commercial trucks. There are a few residential trucks, not trucks. And that is primarily because it's the most convenient way to get in and out of this area. That is something we'll have to fix. And this could be interesting because I do have this rail line here that I put down to deal with. I did want to put it in, so I am going to have to obviously deal with that. So, yeah. Another thing I wanted to do is also, and that's probably what I'm going to focus on this episode, is mass transit overhaul. Yes, indeed. Right now, we just have buses, and overall, our buses are working fine, although they could obviously be better. We have this one loop here, comes around there, and goes around there. And if I click on... No, I don't want to... No. Let's just go into this. If you want to check the stats of a line or rename it, you don't want to have the transport tool open, otherwise you'll start changing lines and stuff like that. This is the number 2 line, and why is it called the number 2 line? It's the number 1 line. Isn't it supposed to be... Aren't they supposed to use district names? I have the mod auto line color, I think it is, which will automatically set a new color, so you don't have to change the colors manually. But also, it's supposed to name the lines after. And yeah, I think I need an extended transport UI to show more details. But we can actually just click on this, and weekly passengers 179, residents, number of vehicles 9, car trips saved 40%. Line number 2, weekly passengers 216, residents, 4 tourists, 8 vehicles, 30% car trips saved. And this one, okay, that one's going out to our industrial or agricultural. And there was actually another thing. Yeah, when I set this up, I didn't actually specify this as forestry. It is forestry now. But it was just a general or generic industry. So that kind of sucked. There was a lot of factories here, and it wasn't exactly what I wanted. But fortunately now, if we go to pollution, yeah, there's still the remnants of the pollution that was there, but hopefully that will go away as that industry is clean. It is good. And what are you complaining about? Not enough workers. You got 12 of 24 workers. 3 that are uneducated, although you only need 1. 2 that are educated of 4. You need highly educated. You are leveled up. And hey, you could really use those uneducated workers. Yep. What these are supposed to do once they've leveled up is become more efficient. They produce less pollution. So, yeah. Awesome. So that is not enough workers, and that's because they need highly educated. I know I said I was going to do, yeah, we are going to definitely need an university. We're going to need a university. I can't afford it right now. Let's let the city run while we plan out our transport system. So basically what we have right now is pretty much buses. That's it. Nothing else. It could be better. We have 3 cargo transports, terminals, but we could use some more train stations. I also have the rural stations. If we look at them, yeah, they're 2 wide, plus the tracks are additional 2, whereas these are a little bit more bigger and bulky. And so what I am going to want to do is find a good place for a rail station to bring in passengers. And right about... Here is a possibility. We are going to want to build a transport hub with a bus system. Or maybe several of them. If I bring in passenger rail. Alright, I'm just going to take a pause and just think about where I'd want to have things set up. Let me know down in the comments what you think I should do, or if you have any ideas. Even if I do make a decision, place something down, I might change it in the end if someone comes up with a really good idea I could use. But anyway, I'll see you back when I've figured something out, at least a temporary solution. Alright, so I'm back here, and I just spent a bit of time working out my transit center, and as you can see on the center of the map right here, I've even distributed it up. While I was gone, I also had to actually take a break, so I'm actually recording this section separately from the first 7 minutes or so. And you'll see I have a few more things on screen. City Vitals. This allows you to configure some things that you can see at a glance. And as you can see, when you're not hovered over it, it goes into a kind of transparency mode. And this is what you can set to be visible here. So you can see your electricity availability. You can see your water availability, sewage treatment. So you can keep an eye on those. And we are getting close to the yellow. It pops up a number 218 up to 235. So that's really great to see. I spent a bit of time last night on the workshop just taking a look at some of the mods, what has been new, what I have not taken a look at. And I like this. I like it. I like it. I like it. Cemetery usage. We're at 30% usage. We got no crematoriums or incinerators. Although, yeah, we could eventually put one on. Employment percentage, we are sitting at 94%. That's awesome. Awesome indeed. And we could probably do a bit more. We can put in a bunch of more, I don't know, agriculture, forestry. And yeah, I also spent some time adding a few more things. I put in these roads where I want to have more agriculture. I am going to zone this up a bit more. But I don't want to zone up too much because I might get an issue where I don't have enough workers, as yeah, a lot of these, you know, well educated. And as you can see, I believe I have there's whatever the mod is. Alright, so let's just jump back out to the main screen. Alright, so in the content manager, yeah, traffic report tool, that was the last thing I had selected. I did download Lane Changer by Crispy. It allows you to add no left or right turns. So it allows you to control the traffic a lot better. You got City Vitals Watch. That is the thing at the bottom. Extended Building Information Mod. That displays the level up requirements, random building name, and of course company description. So it just gives you a bit more detail. Toggle zoning. This is what I was asking for in, I think, the previous episode. Toggle zoning on new or upgraded roads by Sake. And yet, Underground Hero made City Vitals Watch, although I think there's someone else who's part of that project. And Lane Changers by Crispy. Anyway, let's jump back in the city. Alright, so we are here, and yep, I decided to finish off this oil park and just lay down the roads how you wanted them. Basically, you have all the resources here, so this is going to be the main bulk, and yes indeed, it does look like all the oil has been drained out of this area. It looks like there could be a bit more here, although these do not look like they're going to reach. So I may have to put a bit more industrial zoning along here just to get that out. Or is that oil or no? I think that is just a tree cover, forestry. I don't believe there's any oil in here anymore. There is just a small patch right here, but yeah, I'm going to have to extend this down. And maybe just a little bit, just drain the oil out. What we can do is look at outside connections and oil products. We are importing oil. Yeah, that means we are definitely going to want to boost up our oil production here. Although, that's a little bit annoying because, you put all this down. And then, although these are oil production buildings, you have the Yellow Pebble Park from Refined Oil Company, Pine Grove, Yellow Pebble, Mirror Woods. Anyway, so we are still importing a lot of oil. Interesting. And we're probably going to cut some of this back just because we don't actually need all that. Like, the whole point of this is to be able to continue to exploit this area. Anyway, we are going to check out exports. And even though we are importing a lot of oil, we are importing or exporting oil. Our total imports 1493, 1361. We are importing a chunk of ore. We're still importing a fair amount of goods, so we are going to definitely want to increase the goods. We are not importing all that much agriculture, and yeah, we are exporting more than we are bringing in. Forestry, well, we're barely exporting anything, and we are importing a lot, so that would means we are going to want to also increase the forestry. So anyway, I kind of got distracted on that. So, where was I? Yes, this is the transit center, and this is what I plan to do. It was all built on the passenger rail station here, which will bring traffic in from outside that direction, as well as from these rail connections over here. And yes, I use the standard, regular train station. I have a metro station right down here, sitting on the corner. And that's right next to the train station, of course. And I have plenty of bus bays. And this section here has enough bus bays for 2 bus lines. So we have a total of 3 that can fit in here. Although we can, if we want to, if we have that many interacting with this, it will be... We can double things up if we need to. Although we might not want to. I did set up this... what is that? That is that a weird... Yeah, that's a graphic glitch. Anyway, I set up this pedestrian walkway. It just comes over here to the other side. And of course, pedestrians over here can walk across the bridge over here. How the traffic comes into this, I have one-ways coming in like this and coming in like this. One-ways coming in like this and this. So all the traffic, all the buses coming into this area, they come up through here. All the buses in this area come through here. and they all get spit out through the center. I have a big 6-lane, and it's 6-lane just so that, yeah, I have plenty of turn lanes. And if I were to upgrade this to a 6-way or a 3x3, then all 6 lanes would get used. 3 going that way, 3 going that way. And yeah, it'd be awesome. But yeah, this is a massive transit network. And as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 3. That's 21 bus routes we can handle out of this transit center. And that is what its name is. Where is it? It doesn't have a name? What? There it is. There's the name. Oh, that must have been what it was. That was the that little graphic glitch. That was this like crunched together or something. Anyway, yeah, that was a little weird. So we have that. I did do. Yeah, I expanded this. I added this just in case. Although I may not, because forestry does require a lot of uneducated people. And yeah, we only have 57% uneducated, 25% educated, 18% well educated, 0% highly educated, and our city is going to need a lot of highly educated people. So I am going to, yeah, even though we only have 2 elementary schools here, I believe it's elementary. Yeah, 2 elementary schools there. There's a fair number of people over here and over here that are getting educated, even though they are not within range. Our high school, it's low. It's not that significant, but it's there. We are going to need, of course, a university, and I think the best place to put the university is probably going to be in this area. I was thinking of putting next to the transit center, although I'm thinking it might be better, and we do have 600. Oh, that's right. We are going to have to let this run because of reasons. Yeah, I spent a lot of my money putting in roads and other stuff, and not enough time, or not enough time to let my money recuperate. I also filled in a bit in here. Alright, anything else? No. Haven't really touched this area. And they are mostly zoned out. Yep. There's no more ore in this area, so we are going to have to expand the ore industry out. It's rather disappointing that they eat through the resources that quickly. But it is what it is. What I'm going to do, just to get rid of that oil, is zone some commercial, or not commercial. We are going to zone, where is our districts? Alright, so our district is here. I'm going to just, yeah. I'm going to include this in the district. And we're just going to put in a little bit of industrial right here. Yes, it's going to cause some pollution. But it's currently not too bad. Although they may complain about being sick. Hopefully they don't get sick. Anyway, let's jump out of that view. And we are going to put down some more residential. Plus we are going to want to think about schools. Yes. What I'm probably going to do is keep this mostly residential. And then have mostly commercial and office space in this area. And have a kind of a tourist area here. And one thing I was going to do in this area was extend a bit more farming, but yeah, I kind of like how this is. With a, yeah, farm area in the center, which is not strictly needed right now. Anyway, let's zone in some more residential, shall we? Oh, I hate how it flips always to the fill tool. I never use it. So we're going to do, no. Not low density, not low density. We're going to do high density. And I just want to leave some gaps just because. And I made a mistake and didn't leave any gaps for this. So that's a bit annoying. We're going to do this as well. And let the time run. Let's speed it up. We are going to do about to here. I may put something in there or there. I haven't decided yet. Let's put in some more residential. It doesn't matter. Have it right there and right there. I can put a pathway through there. And I'm going to put in, yeah, just fill that in. Grab some more offices and actually rather than, yeah, I'll just put a pathway in there. So this can be residential itself and offices. We have a relatively low demand for these things, residential and offices, but they are going to grow in. But we do need commercial, of course we need. First, I am going to put in some more commercial in this area. And we want to, I'll put in a 2 gap, no, just 1 gap. Right there, and yeah, it's there. And I can put in a pathway here. That'll be no bad thing. And now, what did I want to do here? Alright, so I'm not going to have any zoning. And let's try out, where is it? Toggle zoning. We are going to upgrade this road. Or how does it work? Toggle zoning. What if I destroy this and this, and then I build that, and look at that. Look at that indeed. It works. It works. Although, so delete that and like that. Oh, sweet. Sweet. Although, yeah, I was going to have some, I planned to have some zoning in there, so that's yeah. But apparently I cannot upgrade it. Which means, yes, of course, you're going to have to delete. Alright, so I want to have zoning on to about here, and then I am going to do zoning off here. Although, what of course what is going to happen is, because that is on that, the zoning is being grabbed from there. Although there is a small, it's not perfect. What will happen is if you do zone, say, some residential here, it could zone along this road. It just means the mod, all it does is it just does not put any zoning against the road, but it won't prevent actual buildings from zoning facing this road if there is zoning right next to the road, like how we have. But in places like, for instance, this, where I did not want to have any zoning and all the other fun stuff, what I can do is I can I actually upgrade? No, can't upgrade. Yeah, it makes sense. Although, yeah, because it's not a different road type and it is exactly the same road type. Of course, that's not really going to show any difference because, of course, Actually, yeah, you can't even see them. Alright, well, I'm going to assume it does work. And I was thinking of leaving this as green space. Although, yes, this is a perfect spot. 3-lane, all the way in here. Straight, without zoning. Like that. Exactly. No zoning on the sides of the roads. Perfect. Alright, so you can also do that for roundabouts. So, for instance, over here, I can I upgrade this? Ooh, can I upgrade it? Can I upgrade it? Yes, I can. Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, yes, indeed. Haha. No more zoning trying to be placed on here. So that's another thing you can do with that. You can make the roundabouts so that you don't have any zoning trying to be placed on them, and you don't have to actually use the highway tool. So in this case, you have 2 lanes. Oh, I'm loving the mod already, and I think at this point I'm going a little over time. So yeah, that was just to play around with that. I did talk about this, where I have the metro and this train station. Ideally, what I'd want to have is... Alright, so I can't put a harbor right next to this to make it the ultimate, what was I going to say? The ultimate transit center. But I can have plenty of spaces, and I can always have a bus line or metro connecting into here, into my transit hub. But once we get planes at population of 46,000, then we'll be able to place it somewhere. I could, if I want to, place the airport right around here and, you know, take advantage of this, but I might not do that. And we got some people without water. I'm just going to take care of that right now for reasons. Alright, so since we are going to want to have water in this area anyway, it's obviously a good idea to cover it anyway. Anyway, I think that'll be it for this episode of City Skylines. Come back next time, and ooh, we got some passenger rail traffic. Indeed, indeed. Passenger service last week, 28. So what we are definitely going to want to do is get this up and running, just so that we can really get things set up. And yeah, with this, if you're wondering what this was, it's pretty much a line set up to just I wanted to see where the bus bays were going to be. It's not actually going in. It's not really a actual bus route because it just goes around and around and around. Anyway, I think that will be about it. Yeah, I said that already. But I hope you like how the city's developing. It is developing very, I won't say organically, but it is. Oh yes, oh yes. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And I will also say another reason I chose this area for my transit center is once we expand here, this will be relatively central to where, what was I going to say? It's going to be relatively central to our city, which is mostly here. So yes, it worked it really, really well. Especially, you know, I want to have it near this and have it near everything else. Anyway, that'll be it for me today, for the last time. My name is Scott for SB Gaming. Thank you for watching and have a good day.